Hey everybody, it's me again, Jack Wallen, here to talk to you about audiobook narration tips. So this time I have something kind of boring to talk about, but it's something I think every audiobook narrator needs to understand. What I want to talk about today is headphones. That's right, cans, whatever you want to call them. Now, I've been narrating for a very long time. I started way back, probably almost 30 years ago with the schoolhouse for the blind where I live. And so that's kind of where I cut my teeth. And they insisted that every narrator used headphones. Now, they had their own headphones in the house, so we didn't have to bring our own. But I very quickly learned how important they were. And I'll tell you why they're important. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. Your opinion may differ. That's great. But the reason why, there are some practical reasons why headphones are good and some opinionated reasons why headphones are good. But one of the first things that I tell people about using headphones is the fact that when you put these headphones on, you're less apt to be concerned about how you sound because you're not going to hear yourself, right? So there's something to be said mentally about that, about not being so self-conscious about how you sound. Because let's face it, no one likes the way they sound. Why? Well, because when you hear yourself, you're hearing your voice through all the resonators and everything inside your head. Those things that other people cannot necessarily hear. So when you might think you sound really resonant and deep, and then when you hear yourself on video or on audio, you're like, I can't stand to listen to myself. So these headphones make it easy for you to kind of let that go. Okay? Now, there are two reasons why you wear headphones: for listening and recording, or recording and listening, whichever way you want to look at it. I use them for both. I wear the same headphones when I record and when I listen to what I recorded. Okay? And some narrators don't even wear the headphones while they're recording. I have to. When I take these headphones off and I try to record, and maybe this is partially because I've been doing it for so long, but when I pull this mic in front of me and I'm recording without my headphones on, something's wrong. And I've tried it, and I mess up, and I get really self-conscious, and I don't like it. So then the second I put my headphones on, I feel comfortable and at home again, and I can do my thing. Now, the other time you wear your headphones as an audiobook narrator is while you're listening to what you record. And that, my friends, is absolutely crucial. And it's why you must, as a narrator, have a good pair of headphones. Now, why do you need to wear headphones while you record? If you're just listening to your recordings through speakers, there are things that are going to be there that you won't hear. Pops and clicks, things like that, especially those nasty little clicks. And they happen for so many reasons. Saliva, a dry mouth, your lips not being properly moisturized. You're not going to hear those as well through the speakers. And most often, people that listen to audiobooks listen to them through headphones. And you, as the narrator, want to hear what they are hearing. You want to hear the same things in the same ways that they hear things. So headphones are a must, because if you don't wear headphones and you're just relying on your speakers, you're not going to hear the pops and clicks that you would for headphones. You're going to send those files off to ACX, and they might reject them because there's too much mouth noise that you need to get rid of. Okay? So that's one reason, or that's one thing you need to look out for headphones. So here's the thing. There are a number of types of headphones out there, and they run the gamut of features and costs. The typical consumer headphone is probably not your best bet, in my opinion, because the typical consumer headphones are designed with a specific curve, music curve, that's going to enhance the bass and enhance the treble, and a lot of times it's going to kind of dip the mid-range out. You want something that's flat. You want a studio monitor quality headphone. You want something that's going to represent your voice exactly as it sounds, with no enhancements. And the headphones that I've been using, these are Audio-Technica ATH M50s. They're not terribly expensive. I think I bought these 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and they were like $150 or something like that. And they've lasted this long. That's how good they are. And you know, they represent my voice exactly as it needs to be heard, right? And it's also important, you know, when you buy monitor quality headphones, is you let them burn in a little bit. What I did was I created an MP3 playlist, and I plugged them in, and I muted my speakers, and I let the music play through the headphones overnight and for like 3 days. And by the time they were burned in, I knew that they were going to represent my voice exactly as it needed to be heard. Now, there's another very, very, very important aspect of headphones that you need to understand and consider when you purchase your headphones. And that is, are they open or closed backs? What does that mean? Okay, well, you might think that when you're wearing the headphones, like this might be the back. No, this is the back right here. This right here, that's the back. Now, open back headphones, as you might expect, are open. Most of the times they have a wire mesh. And what they do is they let ambient sound in. Now, these are really good headphones. Open back headphones are really good if you want to be able to hear the experience in the same way that most listeners are going to hear it. Okay? But they're not very good for listening to your recordings. Why? Because they let ambient sounds in. These closed back headphones, they block out the ambient sounds. I mean, I can still hear things. Like if I snap my fingers, I can still hear them. But they do dampen the ambient sound. So I'm going to, as I listen to what I record, I'm going to be able to hear things a little bit better. Now, some audiobook narrators will suggest that you have two different kinds of headphones. That you record with open back headphones, and that you listen with closed back headphones. And some narrators will say that you record with closed back headphones and listen with open back headphones. It can get really confusing. For me, just get a pair of closed back headphones that have a flat response like a studio monitor quality, and you'll be good to go. You don't need to spend $300-400 on a pair of headphones. Save that money for your mic. That's where you need to spend all your money. Now, you could use a pair of earbuds. I don't like earbuds, mostly because I just don't like wearing them. And the quality, to get a pair of earbuds that have the quality sound that you're going to get from like Audio-Technica M50s, you're going to pay considerably more money for a pair of earbuds. That doesn't mean that you can't use your earbuds or whatever they're called lying around. You can use whatever you have. But if you're actually considering spending the money, you're going to be serious about audiobook narration, get yourself a good pair of studio monitor headphones. You've got to use them. And seriously, no matter what kind of headphones you use, be they cheap earbuds or whatever, you've got to use them. Even if you don't use them while you record, you must use them while you listen to the playback, because you're not going to hear the things that are there through your speakers unless you turn it up really loud and you're in a very quiet room so you can actually hear those pops and clicks. You want to be able to get rid of those things. So that's my take on headphones. And I've actually recently I've been thinking about replacing these, and I keep shopping around, and I'm just like, I can't find anything other than just replacing these with the newer version But these are, I'm comfortable with these and they still sound great. So that's my take on headphones. I know it's a really boring topic, but it's also something that every audiobook narrator must understand. Okay? That's it. That's all I got for today. I hope you learned something from this. If not, I don't think I entertain you very much because there's nothing really to entertain. Headphones are just boring. Not really boring. I love headphones because I love listening to music. I don't really like to listen. Well, okay. I'll say this. I'm going to end with this one thing. You do have to stop being self-conscious about how you sound as an audiobook narrator. When you first start in your career, it's going to be really hard to listen to the playback because you're going to be like, that's not how I sound. That's not, but it is how you sound. You just have to let that go. I've been doing this for a very long time. I can record myself and listen to myself and I don't even think about it anymore. But initially, yes, I did. I was very self-conscious about it because I had the same reaction everybody else does. That's not how I think I sound. And eventually, after a few years of doing this, you're going to know exactly how you sound. You're going to know your voice really well, and you're going to get over it. So just understand that you might have a hard time at first hearing yourself recorded. Eventually, you'll get over it. Trust me, you'll get over it. And having good headphones while you record could help you along the way. Anyway, thank you very much for dropping in and listening to this audiobook narration tip. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and also take a listen to my Me and My Muse series where I have conversations with my muse about my writing because I'm also an author. I also record my own audiobooks and I record audiobooks for other authors. I'm multifaceted. Anyway, thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Be safe.